Hey, hello people. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a chesty control. Right, what do I know that people don't commonly know? Alright, so I discovered through talking to my sister that she takes aspirin, and I was told by the doctor to stop clotting by taking aspirin. Now, the doctor and the doctor at the local doctor place, they don't really talk about much or what things do. And they're really quite evil, they'll just say, oh yeah, no, they shake their head like the denial of everything, but the truth is, they're doing things, and they're introducing stuff. So when I told my doctor that a scientist at college said that if you have too much starch, it'll give you cancer. So he was, thank you very much. Oh, thanks. You see what I can do with that. And next thing you know, he tried to give me these pills called statins. And I looked up statins and researched. And they said that statin pills, no matter what they name it, it causes you to urinate your cholesterol out of your brain, which it needs. And so anyway, they had this big preachy thing after I had a heart operation. They're like, it wasn't preachy, it was just nurses trying to con us into ways of thinking and telling us to change our diet and to live a certain way they want. But making these imaginary risks, like fear tactics and brainwashing. So anyway, they said that the reason why people actually die of heart attacks is because of clots. So we'll give you these unclotting pills. But it turns out that those ideals of sticky blood cells that clot and make a wall is true. There's some truth to it. But if you look up on top of my head, there's balding going on. So, it could be because of DHT supposedly, and I could go and get those drugs that they sell, happy grey here. But the cholesterol lost in my brain was the main factor, and some of my clots in my brain, when my memories were stored, disappeared, washed out. So it's hard for me to remember. Besides smoking weed a lot in my young days, I found out that the doctor my sister had gave her Disprin and not aspirin. And what Disprin does is it thickens your blood. And she's always got this problem with thickening blood. But aspirin thins your blood. She never takes aspirin, and she keeps saying, oh, I've got to go give my blood away, because I want it thinned. I'm like, you're dumb. Why don't you take those aspirins that I take? It'll thin your blood down. And she says, oh no, well if I cut and bump myself. Well, don't cut and bump yourself, but I mean, have one of those, one of these, you probably get a good balance. Well, hey, just have none. And she says, well, when I have none, it clots. Well, but because you had one not long ago. So, just thought I'd let people know, aspirin, A is the symbol Aleph from God. Jesus said that the meaning of A is Aleph, the letter Aleph, and which is A, and that means God. So Z. It must be Zamarok Satan, eh? Anyway, but, well, Disprin, D, the devil, clotting, thickening, turning you into a coal, condensing and crushing you down. Yesterday, kind of like last night, I was feeling around in my head and I'm like, what's all these impurities under my skin somewhere? So, like an idiot, I compiled them together into a chunk. Turned out that they were kind of like a bunch of pusses and might want to wash your forehead a bit better. Anyway, so I learned really hard, really dangerous, that there's a drink going around. It's got orange juice for immunity, and that's fine. It's vitamin C, which heals all sorts of cells. But it has turmeric. Turmeric is like antacid type of immunity builder. Whatever it does it, but you must be careful what you cook it with, or what you drink it with, or what you eat it with. Like I had these very fatty ribs, and I cooked whatever it was I cooked. I think I fried it in too much oil. Had a lot of bad health. They say bad health cooking in your diet is real bad, but I mean it really was. Like I thought it was bullshit. They say, oh, don't have fried foods. It was actually the oil floating up in your body, and I was sleeping, and I had this stuff in my body that was like chili and turmeric mixed together. And I don't really think there was anything dangerous about it because it was vitamin C, so it's an illusion of good. But when you take hot foods and dangerous foods, and hot chilies and Mexicans or Spanish foods or whatever, wild foods, curries and stuff, they just upset your guts, and then the oils will float onto the top, and you'll be sleeping, and then you'll be drowning in those oils, and that's what kills people. It's not that the fact that it's fried, it's the fact that the fried is oil that makes you. The hot stuff mixed with oil, it kicks up the oils up to the. And it was pouring into my lungs. If it wasn't for me having drowned a few times and learned to try to hold a bit of breath in, and while the lungs are coated, I kind of drowned a bit, and I got a bit of a headache from that. But I left a place where I could cough out a little bit, and the acids were on my lungs because it lifted the acids into my lungs. And so, like, the oils and acids were in my lungs, and I couldn't breathe. It was dissolving. The acids were dissolving the filth on my lungs, which was a good thing. And the oils, well, they stick, and it's freaking impossible to get them off. So I had to shake my body, and like a wild dog, like any dog that has water on their body, I had to shake. So and I had to hold my breath because I want to wait just a little bit. It only takes like 3 minutes for them to run down, but then you get 4 minutes no breathing, could die. So I shake and hold for 2 minutes and hope and pray that I can breathe in somewhat, even if I can just breathe in a wee bit, enough to cough out a wee bit, but still not cough out too much that you've got nothing left to breathe in. Because if you've absolutely got no way in to breathe in, you're a goner. So you've got to balance it in between. You've got to try real careful to go slow, keep still, as otherwise the dissolving will be forced the acids around your body, inside your lungs, and it'll dissolve more. If you disturb acid, that's it, man. It will, and steams and stuff will float up in your lungs and you'll be hard to breathe. So anyway, I drowned on all kinds of things in my life, but being patient, holding my breath, trying to get my breath back in while it's in the shit and part drowned, and trying to cough it out and get it off my lungs. I mean, because our lungs has a drain down the bottom, and it will be able to, if you kick it off, go down that drain, so you'll survive. And the more you cough it off, then you can get to the hospital and live. They can pump it out if they have to. They have these steam blower thing masks that you put on your face, and inhaling steam is like inhaling moisture, but it's just like washing, as long as it's not in such a droplet form that you'll drown. So some people have sensitive lungs. I do. My lungs tend to squirt out mucus in order to wash it off. But the thing is, that mucus, you choke on it. So yeah, life's hard. Garlic builds immunity. Healthy foods really do make you healthy. Pills, they don't make you healthy. They just try to con your body into doing stuff. I had some ink one day, and when I was a young kid, everyone was getting sick from some sort of poisoning from the environment. Turns out it was just pollen. And I tricked my body into focusing on that ink poisoning, and